Hi everyone, this is Nicole from Right at Home, and today I am sharing a video that's a part of a collaboration blog hop with Catherine Pooler's creative team. We were all going to be using Right at Home stamps with Catherine Pooler's dye inks. Let me show you what I created. So I'm starting off by stamping the smallest butterfly from my Fluttering By stamp set that was released in my April release. And I'm going to use some blue tones from Catherine Pooler's ink line. But first I'm going to start off with Blackjack, which is such a pretty kind of dark gray color, and it's a great alternative to black. And I used that for the butterfly's body. Then for the base of the wings, I'm using Mint to Be. And over top, I'm going to be using Aquatini because it's just such a bright blue and it really adds some life to the butterfly. So I stamped the little end pieces of the wings and then the dots on top in that Aquatini. And then over top, I'm going in with this detail layer for their body in a crisp black ink. And that's my finished butterfly. Next, I'm going to move on to stamping a ton of different floral and leaf images from my freshly picked stamp set. I have all of my little die cuts here that I'm going to use with the green tea ink color, which is perhaps one of my favorite green colors of ink ever. It's just such a muted yet bright green, and it works perfectly for these spring florals. So that's the base layer of all of these images, and then I'm going to go on top with the more detailed layer in Eucalyptus, which is just a slightly darker version of green tea. And for the two little florals, for one of them I'm going to use Sauna, which is a gorgeous yellow color, and for the other one I'm going to use It's a Girl for the base. These are little berries, and then over top the little dots in Polished. I'm going to move on to another floral image, and this one I'm stamping in Polished for the base. And on this one, there's a second little petal that you can stamp in a darker color to make it look more dimensional. So I'm just going to double stamp that and Polished again, and it will read as though it is a darker ink because it's double stamped. And then the center I just added with Sauna, and I can move on to my last little flower, which I'm going to use all of the purple shades in Catherine's line. I'm starting with Sweet 16, which is a light lilac color. I'm going over top in a slightly darker color, which is Pixie Dust, and then the center and my darkest color, which is Flirty Fuchsia. And I think those purples are just beautiful. Lastly, I'm going to move on to stamping my banner. I have the die cut here, and I'm going in with the base layer in Shea Butter, and then again I'm just doing some double stamping for the little end pieces, and this will make it look like it's just slightly darker. And then for the two little shadow pieces, I'm using Sauna because I want those to be the darkest part of my banner to look as though it's folded and there's a shadow. And all of these colors mixed together create this beautiful dimensional light yellow banner. And over top, I'm going to use my Thanks a Bunch set and just pick out one of the thinner greetings so that it fits on the banner. I'm going to curve it a little bit on my block and then stamp that with a black ink. And this sentiment reads, "Thinking of you." So to create a base for all of my florals and banner and butterfly to sit on, I decided to pull out the Wreath die from my seasonal Wreath die set. And I'm going to use just some plain white cardstock here and ink it up with the same green tea color from Catherine Pooler, and just kind of do some ink to paper with that, let that dry a little bit, and then run it through my die cutting machine. I also cut out two additional ones from just some white cardstock, and I'm going to layer those all on top of each other with some liquid glue so that it has some dimension off of the card. So now I'm going to start assembling my wreath. So here I just have a piece of white cardstock that's cut with a stitched rectangle die, and over top I am gluing on my wreath with some liquid glue, and then I can start arranging all of my elements using both liquid glue and some foam tape. So I wanted to have the banner kind of draped across the center, so I'm going to add some foam tape just so that it's a little bit flat and flush with that wreath. And then I'm going to be playing with this little butterfly die cut throughout the next couple minutes, and I'm sorry about that, but I just had to get the arrangement perfectly, so you'll see me move that several times. So I'm going to start building my arrangement, and I'm starting with the 2 leaf images, and from there I'm going to add the polished flower kind of in the center there, and then around it I'm going to scatter the berries and then that single floral, and then I'll bring in that purple one as well. Once I finally got the arrangement how I liked it, I glued down that butterfly with a ton of liquid glue so that it would stick firmly to that wreath. And then I'm going to just glue this whole entire panel down onto a light yellow card base, and my card is finished. I hope you enjoyed today's card project. Make sure to head to the Right at Home blog so that you can find all of the links over to the Catherine Pooler Designs creative team blogs and see all of their projects using both Right at Home stamps with Catherine Pooler inks. There's also a prize up for grabs for those that hop along and leave comments, and that is an item from the Right at Home shop newest release, which includes a lot of the items used today, and you can choose one of those and I will send it your way. So definitely make sure to participate, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!